Hey you guys, it's Peter and welcome to my channel. Peter likes books. And I am so excited to make this video today. I have been wanting to make this video for like the last 2 to 3 weeks. I actually had the book picked out like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago maybe even, I don't even know. But I'm very, very excited about this today. We were in Miami, Florida. I don't know for those of you that don't know. So I wasn't able to make it while we were down there because I didn't bring the book with me. And then, yeah, I didn't get it made before, and so now I'm finally making a video, and this video is the announcement of the April book for Peter's Book Club, and this one is very dear to my heart, okay? So first of all, let's do a little catch-up. Let's do a little catch-up, and no, I don't mean ketchup for your french fries. Let's do a little, I used to call it catch-up. That's kind of an Indiana thing. Ketchup, we call it ketchup, don't we? But like, I used to say catch-up anyway, because I'm from Indiana. But, okay, so February's book or March's book? February's book was, hold on, How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. March's book was Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, okay? Because I wanted to watch the movie show. It's a 6-part show, 10-part show, or whatever. That is on Amazon Prime. All right, so I finally finished Daisy Jones and the Six while I was in Miami, Florida, and I started to watch the show. I have to tell you, I'm going to do a full review of Daisy Jones and the Six over here, but like, it was kind of a snooze fest to me. I was kind of surprised. I think it's the kind of book that you have to read like rather quickly, like to read it over the course of, I don't know, a month or something like that. Like it's too slow for that. Like you have to read it in like 2 to 3 days. I will say this, at the end of the book, I listened to it on Audible. The Audible version is fantastic because it's done by all these different actors. I ugly cried at the end of the book. Like I couldn't believe it because I was kind of like, I kept on texting my book club partner, you know, from the True Crime Book Club, Mel, and I was like, oh my God, when does this book end? Like I'm so ready for it to end. And she's like, it gets really good. And I'm like, when does it get good? It's not getting good. And so then, like the last 45 minutes, I just like ugly cried. I just was like, oh my God, this book is so fantastic. I love this book so much. So anyway, then I started watching the TV show. And I'm really not that into it. I still have 3 seasons of Fear the Walking Dead to watch before the next and final season comes out. So I'm trying to catch up on Fear the Walking Dead. So Daisy Jones and the Six has taken a backseat to that for the time being. But right after I got done with that, I started How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. I have 3.5 hours left of it. It too is a bit of a snooze fest, which I'm rather surprised about. I was talking about this on my vlog last night. Taylor Jenkins Reid and Grady Hendrix are 2 of my favorite authors of life. And the fact that I am so bored by both of these books really surprises me. I think I ended up giving Daisy Jones and the Six like a 5, just because I loved the ending so much and because it's Taylor Jenkins Reid. But this Grady Hendrix book, you guys, I love everything he has put out that I have read, and I've read most of everything that he's put out. I even read that horror store book, which was kind of about like people trapped in an IKEA, and I loved that book. But this book is like so slow. If you haven't read it yet, it's about this brother and sister, and their parents are killed in a car accident, and it's them like cleaning out this house, and it's just so slow, and I already know what direction it's going in. It's very puppet mastery kind of, and I'm just like, can you just get to the point already? Like, I'm like so over it. Like, all of his other books have really kind of like climaxed, you know, and gotten to like a really good point. But this book is just so slow and I'm really struggling with it. And so I'm like, I need some cozy mysteries. Like, I am ready to be reading some cozy mysteries, okay? And so I was thinking about the April book, and I was like, I don't know what book to read for April. And I was gonna read this book that I talked about months ago, and my cousin, we were at Barnes & Noble, and she was like, oh, that book is so good. It's that Something in Chemistry book. Y'all know what I'm talking about, that has the woman's face on the front of it. And she said that was one of my favorite books that I read recently. And so I thought about doing that book, but I was like, I really want to read cozies. Like, I miss reading cozies. I love cozy mysteries. They're like my favorite, but here's the thing, right? Is that most of the cozies, we just call them cozies, okay? But most of the cozies that I'm into, I've already read like the first 2 to 5 of them, right? So I'm not going to have my April book be like book 6 of a cozy mystery series. Like, why would I do that, you know? So I started looking to see what cozy mystery series were coming out in like February or whatever. And there were some, but most of them were ones that like weren't available on Audible. They weren't available in libraries, and I wanted people to be able to get them, right? Without having to just buy them off of Amazon. So I was sitting here and I was thinking, and I don't know why, but like one day I was just sitting there and I was like, beep! You already bought it on Audible because somebody told you that it's narrated by your favorite Audible narrator, okay? And then the other thing is that I really want to read it anyway. So I was like, why don't you just pick this for your April book club book? So for Peter's book club for the month of April, the book is, and it's a little bizarre, I've already talked about it over here on several different videos, is going to be Shady Hollow by Jono Black, a murder mystery, okay? And I am so excited about this. It says, the first book in the Shady Hollow series in which we are introduced to the village of Shady Hollow, a place where woodland creatures live together in harmony. Until a curmudgeonly toad turns up dead and the local reporter has to solve the case. Reporter Vera Vixen has a nose for news, so when she catches wind that the death might be a murder, she resolves to get to the bottom of the case, no matter where it leads. As the fox stirs up still waters, she exposes more than one mystery and discovers that additional lives are in jeopardy. Vera's investigations unearth more about this town than anyone ever suspected. It seems someone in the Hollow will do anything to keep her from solving the murder, and soon it will take all of Vera's cunning and quickness to crack the case. And it says at the beginning here, I want to read you the little intro thing. The author's note, she says, Shady Hollow is a tale of woodland creatures, and from time to time, the contemplative reader may pause to wonder precisely how a town functions with foxes and rabbits as tenants of the same building, or how a mouse and a moose can chat eye to eye. Keep in mind, gentle reader, that this is a work of fiction. The characters' resemblances to real creatures alive or cruelly murdered is incidental indeed. For those who feel compelled to resolve this issue before continuing with the story, you may wish to think of the characters merely as humans with particularly animalistic traits. In other words, just like you and me. With that guidance, welcome to Shady Hollow. And this is the first of 3 books in the series, and I'm very, very excited. And you can see I got very far into it. I got to the second page of the prologue. Because I knew that I was going to pick this for April's book. And so I was like, okay, since I'm going to pick this for April's book, I'll just do that. Now, the Audible version I have heard is fantastic. It is narrated by Cassandra Campbell, okay, who narrates all of the Misfortune books. By Jana DeLeon. So if you are somebody like me that loves the Misfortune books by Jana DeLeon, then you will not be disappointed in this book as well. I don't know. Maybe you will. Maybe it'll be the worst book in the entire world. But the narration will be fantastic because I love anything narrated by Cassandra Campbell. I actually think Cassandra Campbell might have, now I could be wrong about this. I know I'll say it and then somebody will correct me in the, and feel free to do that. But I think she may have also, narrated, what's the book by Delia Owens, Where the Crawdads Sing. I think she may have also narrated that, but I love Cassandra Campbell. She is so fantastic. She does all the Misfortune books, like I said. So anyway, I'm very excited about this. I have been holding on to this for like 2 months now because I wanted to read it. I already bought it on Audible, and I'm like, okay, let's see what's going to happen. So, are you ready? This is going to be a good one. This is going to be outside of something that we've read before, and it's going to be a good cozy. And for those of you that have never read a cozy before, this is your introduction to a kind of cozy. A kind of cozy. So anyway, let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below if you're going to read it. I've already done my video talking about what Mel and I picked for the April book club, or book for True Crime Book Club. So if you'd like to read along with us, it's over there as well. It's probably the 3rd video back or something like that. But anyway, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.